good life from the forest, such as diversity, freedom, and coexistence. Her ecological journey started in the forest of Himalaya because her father was a forest conservator. She has to walk for a very long distance to fetch water, fuel or firewood. It will be her responsibility. They go hug the tree and not let the loggers to cut it. The most beautiful gift of nature is that it gives one pleasure to look around and try to comprehend what we see. Nature is not our enemy. Hello everyone, I'm Babita Tamaya, lecturer, Department of English, Vidyashara Pre-University College, Mysuru. Here again with another new session of prose, everything I need to know I learned in the forest. In my last session, we studied about a parenthood. Here, a mother who has given birth with lots of pain is questioning the prophet how to bring up a child. The prophet says parenthood is not easy. It is easy only we understand the philosophical parenting. Nobody can replace parents' love, and in the same way, nobody can replace your children as well. Both are irreplaceable. The prophet says the parents can give their love but not their thoughts and ideas. This is what we have learned in the previous session. Today we will study about the concept of nurturing our nature. Nature plays a prominent role in nurturing motherkind. Let's surf across the ideologies of Vandana Shiva. This session is a series of environmental care that follows from the minds of creative author. Here is the author Vandana Shiva. Vandana Shiva is an internationally renowned activist for biodiversity and against corporate globalization. She tells us how she learned all the major ideas of good life from the forest, such as diversity, freedom, and coexistence. She is the author of many books including Staying Alive, Ecology and Development, Soil and Oil, Earth Democracy, Monoculture of the Mind, The Violence of Green Revolution are some of her works. Here's the background of the prose. Everything I need to know I learned in the forest. The chapter is based on 2 articles written by Vandana Shiva. The 2 parts are thematically interlinked and supplemented with each other. In the first part, the author tells the reader how she learned the basic principles of environmentalism from the uneducated women of Garhwal. In the second part, she presents a historical account of how the concept of earth as a living entity got transformed to earth as dead matter. The whole lesson talks about the environmental concepts like biodiversity, earth as a living organism, earth democracy, and ecological sustainability. In the first part of the lesson, the writer tells us about her ecological journey. Her ecological journey started in the forest of Himalaya because her father was a forest conservator. Hence, she declares that whatever she knows about ecology was learned from the Himalayan forest and ecosystem. And her mother was a farmer. She used to compose songs about trees, forest, and India's forest civilization. And later, she herself involved in the Chipko movement. What do you mean by Chipko? Chipko means hug. Hugging the trees here. It is a non-violent response towards a large-scale deforestation. In the year 1970, peasant women from my region in the Garhwal led resistance against the loggers because logging led to landslides, floods, scarcity of water, fodder, and fuel. Here, only the women knew the real value of the forest because she has to walk for a very long distance to fetch water, fuel or firewood. It will be her responsibility. In the picture, you can see only the woman who is hugging the trees because only women knows the real value of the forest. How much she has to struggle to fetch a water or to get the firewood. So the women declared themselves that they would hug the trees and the loggers would kill them before cutting the trees. Later, Vandana, she herself becomes the volunteer of the Chipko movement and started doing padyatras only to spread the messages of Chipko. A woman named Bachni Devi took resistance against her husband because her husband has got a contract to cut the trees. But all the women of Garhwal with a lighted lantern, they goes, hug the tree and not let the loggers to cut it. From Chipko movement, Vandana Shiva learned about the biodiversity. She says in her book Monoculture of Man, she describes that to the failure to understand the biodiversity and its many functions is at the root cause to impoverish of nature and culture. Here, mono means one. The farmers used to grow only one, that is single crop. Later on, Vandana Shiva collected different varieties of seeds from the farmer's field. Then she realized that we farmer for demonstration and training. Later on, the Navadanya farm was started in 1994 in Doon Valley, which is located in the lower elevation of Himalayan region of Uttarakhand province. And later on, they started to grow 630 varieties of rice. Do you know there are 630 varieties of rice? As I know only 3 to 4 kinds of rice. But according to Vandana Shiva, there are 630 varieties of rice, 150 varieties of wheat. As I know, I think you also know about only one kind of a wheat and hundreds of other species. The biodiversity intensive farm of farming that produces more food and nutrition. So later on, Vandana Shiva worked with the farmers to set up 100 community seed banks. Later on, they had 3,000 rice varieties. How many varieties of seeds were saved? It was 3,000 rice varieties. You need to keep this in mind. There were 630 varieties of rice, 150 varieties of wheat, and hundreds of other species. Rights of nature. Nature is a teacher. Let's see the rights of nature. What are the rights of nature? Will always be a part of our lives. It is up to us to make the environmental clean and safe for the future generation. Imagine a world without nature, without trees, clouds and season. Nature is very important in our day-to-day life. Without nature, we are dead. We couldn't even imagine, we couldn't be alive without nature because the nature gives us oxygen to breathe. Without oxygen, can we live? It's not possible. So now we have lots of examples right in front of our eyes. It is the present situation. The nature, if you're destroying the nature itself is teaching us a very good lesson. So here, the Ecuador has recognized the rights of nature in its constitution. In the year April 2011, the United Nations General Assembly was inspired by Ecuador. Rights of Mother Earth was initiated by Organized Conference on Harmony and Culture. Harmony with nature as a part of Earth Day celebration. If we human beings fail to recognize the rights of nature and we think that we are an inseparable part of the nature and we think that it is an inseparable part of nature, if we human beings try to damage the nature, it means to say that we are damaging ourselves. The Earth University teaches Earth democracy. So here the Earth University, it's like a web. The nature, it's like a web. If you try to spoil the web, what happens? Everything will be damaged. The same thing. If we try to spoil a nature, everything will be destroyed. Being a human, it is the responsibility of we people to recognize, to protect the rights of nature. Because the Earth democracy translates into human rights to food and water, freedom from hunger and thirst. It is our duty to protect the nature. Tapovan. Tapovan is the book written by the famous writer Rabindranath Tagore. As I say the name Rabindranath Tagore, he is the writer of a national poet, that is Janagana Mana. So Rabindranath Tagore has started a learning center in Shantiniketan, that is in West Bengal. In his school, they taught about forestry. How to save the forest, that was taught in his school. In the beginning, it started as a school and the school became a university. in the year 1921, and it was the most famous learning centers in West Bengal. In his book Tapovan, or in his essay Tapovan, Vandana Shiva has expressed his understanding towards Indian civilization, where a man was communion with trees, rivers and lakes away from crowds. The peace of the forest has helped the intellectual evolution of man. The culture of the forest has fueled the culture of Indian society. Rabindranath Tagore also says in his writings, the forest was not just the source of knowledge and freedom. In his writings, he says that not a source of knowledge and freedom. It was the source of beauty and joy of art and aesthetics. Here, the earth symbolizes the universe. Earth is like a universe. The nature, it's like a universe. The forest teaches us union and compassion. The forest teaches us union and compassion. Here to conclude, the end of consumerism and accumulation is the beginning of the joy of living. The conflict between greed and compassion, conquest and cooperation, violence and harmony continues even today. And in this situation, it is forestry that can show us the way before this conflict. Vandana Shiva assures that the forest teach us the values of diversity, freedom and coexistence. Here's the glossary. Nothing out of the text, but just be familiar with these words and their meanings. I'll be back with another new session, a sunny morning. Let's preserve our Mother Earth for our future. Thank you.